Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a leg day, and I decided to run with high bar squats again. I'm actually kind of enjoying high bar squats because it's not dependent upon anything for my shoulders. They're pretty comfortable to do, so I went ahead and did my warm-ups and everything here because these workouts are just quite frankly not long enough, some of these leg days in terms of the footage to get a good vlog. So I included my 3 warm-up reps, right? So we did some warm-ups for you guys. So I did a 225, and yeah, I didn't use a squat bar today. I've been using the squat bar, I think, last time for these. I'm like, let's just throw a normal power bar on, which is actually not always comfortable due to it being smaller in diameter. But yeah, let's just get in, just do some real good high bar squats. And I want to continue to get these up and just blow my quads up. I almost feel like if I really want to keep my shoulder health on point, mess with just high bar stuff, it'll build bigger quads. I'm stronger with low bar, by the way. You guys know that. But also, once I throw sleeves on, it just climbs my high bar. It'll climb my high bar. So if I really want to just get ready to hit a big number that people will still accept, because for some reason people accept knee sleeves as raw, which is ludicrous. I also did a couple of quad shots in here for you guys just to kind of see where the quads are. I can also see my delts really need the most work. So this is still warm-ups. I did a 405 for a single, and then I went ahead and went up to 455. So I decided today, I'm like, I know I can hit 455 for at least a double. On the high bar, I did 465 last week, right? And then I did a back down set with 415, but I'm like, let's do 455. I know I can hit at least 2. And I did a double, and I'm like, I can totally hit a 3rd rep. And I hit the 3rd rep. I'm like, I could probably get a 4th. I'm like, let me just stop while I'm ahead, all right? So we did that, and then we came over at the 455, because my short-term goal here, I want to get this high bar squat like this completely raw up to at least 500, right? And I feel like at that point, if I just throw my lifting shoes on, right, my Adidas lifting shoes and my SBD sleeves, who knows what the heck I'll hit. But that would be interesting. Instead of I said I wanted a 550 this year. And I meant low bar, but I'm like, man, if I could do it with some high bar stuff, it would be good. And the other thing is I can always go low bar at any point, right? I can go low bar at any point. And I want to rotate through these bars. So once I get this to a certain point, I feel like let's get the other bars up to 500 on this. The cambered bar, the safety squat bar. Okay. Now, if I can get my safety squat bar on a high bar type setup to 500 plus without sleeves, dude, I know I get those sleeves on and just knock down a 550, right? We can do that easy. So again, I just want to work this a little bit, and I'll just keep working the upper back. I'll keep building hamstrings and good mornings. That's the other thing. The bigger my hamstrings get, the more I get out of those sleeves. Especially, again, look at how I can kind of bounce off the hamstrings. So I also did a back down with 5, and I want to build up the back down volume a little bit too. Right, I want to build that up, but it just felt like, I only want to get so much axial loading. And so I even cut the calf raises out. Like my calves are jacked. They'll grow from other stuff. I want to do maybe start adding some sled work back in. Sled work will put a 1/2 inch back on my calves by itself, even if I don't train them. It blows my calves up, right? So we don't even need to train calves. Let me get another little quad shot for you guys up closer. Once they're really, really pumped, right? I did that right after I turned the camera off and I flipped it back on. After that, notice I was leaner in the first one. The legs had more separation, but then once they got pumped, they're just fuller. So then I went with this. Last week I did 3 sets of 8 with this same weight, and these were hard. Like they felt like they were limit sets on the 8th rep, and then the 3rd set I'm like, let me dig in. I bet you I can get more. Hey, that was my thought, and I did. I got 10. I'm like, okay, have I been pussing out? Because last week I did 3 by 8 with this right? On this pretty much narrow stance, trying to blow those quads up, right? Trying to blow the quads up, right? And I'm like, they were really hard last week, and they were hard this week, but I'm like, let me take this last set as far as I can go. And I got 10 reps. So I'm standing here looking at myself going, Jason, are we pussing out? Am I pussing out on that back off work on those high bars? Because even that 455, I knew I could have probably pushed out a 4th rep. So that 405 for 5, I'm like, I'm sandbagging. And I did those sets. I'm like, I'll grow from just these. But realistically, I pussed out. That 405 back off, dude, I should have gone for like 8. And I almost feel like I need to do multiple back off sets with the 405 and just get some extra volume in. I almost feel like that, and just get bigger, just continue to blow the lower body up. But I'm like, when I did this and realized how it felt versus even that 405, I feel like I pushed. Like, I want to apologize to the people watching. Looking back after I did that set, I'm like, no, I'm done back squatting. I feel like I let my audience down. Like maybe I pushed out with that 5 reps. I could have done 8. I mean, now granted, that's 3 reps in reserve. You know, we still got a hypertrophic stimulus. But you guys see where I'm going? I feel like I let you guys down with that. The people watching, right? So let's see if maybe next week we can push some of this stuff a little bit harder, right? Maybe just next week. Let's get in. Let's go a little harder. It's in there. It's there. Like the strength is there. So then to make up for some of it, I did 4 sets of leg extensions, right? So we did 4 sets of leg extensions. These were to failure. Now this was interesting. I was getting 12s to 13 with this last time. I managed to get around 15. So again, trick on the leg extensions, I lay back. Now, here's the other thing, guys. I get people who are like, well, wouldn't you get better if this got a deeper position? I'm not worried, because here's the thing. If I want to get more of just a deep stretch position, and I don't buy into this lengthened position nonsense is the be all end all. I would just do more of the belt squats, right? But with these, I also look at this and go, look at where we miss squats. Especially if I start thinking sleeves. So look at where this quad engages, and then think about where you I miss squats. The sleeves will slingshot you out of the bottom just if you get strong at the other stuff later. This might be that thing that I need to push through and keep those quads engaged. Now, obviously the good mornings will help too, because it'll help me good morning through it if I lose the position. Okay, that's the idea. Good mornings, you can good morning 500 pounds. You will not be missing squats even at 550 on the lockout. But also that's because your quads are too weak and you lose position, and you have to good morning through it when things go bad. It fixes it. But I also look at this and go, some of these leg extensions will build the quads to stay strong in those positions, right? And that's kind of the idea also. So I did these also. And I feel like I want to work the volume up on the actual squats themselves, because they just put so much muscle on you. They put so much muscle on you. So we'll see what we do with it. And then I finish off with a set of hanging leg raises. I got 10 reps on that. But overall, really happy with everything today. End of the training week. I feel like I'm a little puffy today, but it's also been really cold. So maybe next week we'll be a little tighter from the fasted cardio, temperature back up. We might tighten right up. I'm suspecting that's the case. Super happy with today's workout overall in terms of what I did do. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.